What is going on, guys? Recently was able to unlock the Looming War Afflictions dog tag, so I thought I would give you guys a quick video showing you guys how I went about doing this. Now keep in mind that I am taking in consideration all of the 4 Afflictions dogs tags, so if you haven't had a chance to check out my first video where I was able to achieve the Withering Famine dog tag, be sure to check that one out if you're just coming into trying to grind out for these new dog tags, as I am trying to take in consideration all the dog tags and trying to see which ones would be the best to go at first. So this one is the second one that I chose to do, which is called Looming War, and I wanted to get right into it and talk to you guys about the first mission requirement on the list, where in a round you have to score 15,000 points with the Death Toll Affliction equipped. Now this one isn't all too bad as long as you're able to get a victory at the end of the game and give you that 1.5 score multiplier. That will definitely help. What is also interesting is the afflictions do retain if you pick up the elite classes, so not quite sure if that's intended or not, but if you want a way to try to stay alive longer, you possibly could pick up one of the elite classes, as those do have some pretty sufficient armor and will keep you on the battlefield a little bit longer. But if you might want to not go that route, or maybe if DICE changes something up in the future, you could then of course try to get into a squad that has medic classes in it, where if you do die they can revive you, because if you get revived from a medic class you don't lose 200 points. So that is one option to take. You can also try finding games like on Operations, where the games might be a little bit more lengthy than some of the very quick games you could have on Conquest, where there might not be enough time for you to score a lot of points. You also can try to stay with the medic class and go around and resupply people and revive people and find other ways to accumulate points other than just staying on the objective or trying to kill enemy players. So those are a few options that you guys can take. Again, as long as you get that victory, I'm sure that will help you guys out. And again, trying to pick up off of the little things here and there, such as staying around teammates that can revive you, and maybe doing some other little things on the battlefield to give you a little bit extra points. I'm sure this will be something that will be pretty achievable. Moving on to the second mission requirement on the list, where you had to get 200 kills with the Reaper Affliction equipped. Now the Reaper Affliction is when you lose a point of health per second on the battlefield, and the only way for you to heal yourself is after killing an enemy player. Now originally I thought this could be the most difficult affliction on the list, because I first thought the only way for you to be able to get healed is by a teammate healing you, but after discovering equipping the medic class and getting a kill and then dropping a health pouch down, I was then able to self-heal myself. So this one isn't all too bad at all, actually. I mean, it's basically the exact same thing you'd be doing if you were using the medic class and you were battling someone, and then you have that habit of instantly dropping a health pouch down to get yourself healed. That's just basically the exact same thing you'll be doing here. So not all too bad. There are little things here and there that I tried to give myself a little bit of an advantage on, such as spawning on teammates who were closer to the battlefield to try to save some time traversing the ground, giving myself less time on the battlefield for the Reaper Affliction to sap my health away. You don't want to spawn yourself in the middle of no man's land where you take 30 seconds or more to get into the battlefield, because that's going to be 30 health points down, and you're making yourself all more of a target for to be easily hit maybe in the leg from a sniper class that can take you out since you don't have full amount of health, or just getting yourself just in a really bad situation where again you would want to have as much health as you can get. So those were little things that I would give myself a little bit of an edge on. Again, I think the most difficult part about having this affliction equipped is basically healing yourself. If you play the medic class or the cavalry class, you know the struggles of dropping a health pouch down and finding yourself not being able to heal yourself, or just it disappearing in front of you and you have to keep laying it over and over again, and you only have so much time to lay that health pouch down to be able to get your health back up, or the Reaper Affliction will start to take effect again. So do keep that in mind. I did notice as well that if I got kills using anything else other than the weapons I had equipped, such as if I ran someone over in a vehicle or jumped onto a machine gun. That didn't seem to stop the Reaper affliction from taking effect, and I wasn't able to re-heal myself. So do take that in consideration. But with that all said, this shouldn't be all too bad. Will be a little bit of a grind for some people, but I do think if you equip the medic class, you grab a rifle that you feel comfortable, you can do some solid damage on, you should fare pretty well with this affliction equipped. The third mission requirement is any life perform 5 kills with scavenger affliction equipped. Now the scavenger affliction is when you start off with minimal amount of ammo in your gun. But what I did find interesting about this affliction is if you run down to 0 amount of bullets in your weapon, you can actually resupply yourself. Now, another thing that is interesting about it is it will only resupply the weapon that goes down to 0 amount of ammo. So let's say your primary weapon has 0 bullets in it, but your secondary weapon has like 2 more bullets. It will only resupply you with the weapon that you have 0 amount of bullets with. So that was pretty interesting to take in consideration. Again, it does not give you max amount of ammo. It does restore you back to that minimal amount that you first spawned in with. So do take that in consideration. Now I do have a video of me playing with a scavenger affliction before I was even aware of this, where I went on like a 14 kill streak. So I was swapping between enemy players' guns. You can check out that video in the annotations above. But my main strat there was just kind of staying in between my teammates and kind of staying with the whole Zerg, and then trying to, you know, pick off players on the side instead of me kind of going on a lone wolf and, you know, getting myself away from my teammates and having more of a chance for me to get myself killed. So not all too bad of a mission requirement, and I would suggest, you know, trying to, again, pick up a gun that you feel you can slay well with, and you can then, when you run out of 0 bullets with that weapon, go up to a teammate with support class and get resupplied like that. Or in worst cases, if you do have to pick up an enemy player's gun, go pick up that gun and hopefully stay in with your teammates to give maybe yourself less of a chance of getting yourself killed. Moving on to the fourth mission requirement, where you got to score 100,000 points with the Reaper affliction equipped. Now this one's nice because it works hand in hand with the second mission requirement, where you had to get 200 kills with this Reaper affliction. I found myself basically progressing almost at the same rate with both of those mission requirements. I reached the 200 kills a little bit sooner than I did the 100,000 points. But again, they do work very close hand in hand. So especially if you're using the medic class and you're going around and healing your teammates as well as reviving them, there is a future mission requirement for one of the other dog tags where you get to get 500 revives with the Reaper affliction equipped. So I was keeping that in the back of my head and kind of considering that as well. So it did kind of help to stick as a medic class. So I would still suggest when using the Reaper affliction to stick with the medic class, because again, as your health goes down every second, all you need to do is get a quick kill and then just begin to re-heal yourself. So again, not too bad if you're playing as a medic class. Might be a little bit more tricky if you're using another class. So again, I would recommend sticking with the medic class. And finally, the fifth mission requirement that I chose to do to complete the 5 out of the 6 to unlock the Looming War dog tag was perform 50 melee kills with the Peacock affliction equipped. Now the Peacock affliction again is when an enemy player puts you on spot, you remain on spot until you die or for the remainder of the game. So that's why it makes it kind of interesting if you're trying to go up and melee someone, as that enemy player could possibly see you on his mini map. Now this one is something again where I had made mention in my first video when I was unlocking Withering Famine, that the Peacock affliction is one affliction you want to keep equipped for basically as much as you can, because there's a lot of grindy mission requirements for you to do, such as get the 500 spotting assist with the Peacock affliction equipped. Another one that's pretty grindy as well is getting 50 melee kills, because really not much of a strat I can really give you other than saying that you probably want to equip the Slink specialization, as that does minimize the sound of your footsteps and maybe give you a little bit more of a jump on the enemy player if you're trying to creep up behind him. So that is something that you do want to make sure you have equipped. But other than that, this is really just again a very grindy mission requirement. So I was already kind of working on this when I kept my Peacock affliction equipped for the first dog tag that I was unlocking. But after that, when I came up to Looming War and began to work on these mission requirements, I had already completed the 50 melee kills. So again, this is another affliction you just want to keep equipped as much as you can. Why, again, I suggested if you are going through all of these dog tags and just starting off fresh, you probably want to go check out my first dog tag video where I unlocked Withering Famine, as I am again trying to keep in consideration all the dog tags, finding out which ones would be the more the grindy ones and kind of holding those off to later, and kind of not really be focused on them at all, and kind of indirectly be working my way towards to them while focusing on other mission requirements. And by doing that, by the time I do come up to the specific mission requirement, I would to hopefully in this case achieve it already, or at least taken out a big chunk of the grind. But that was my approach for unlocking Looming War. I will address the final mission requirement on the list, which in a life perform 25 kills with the Dud Club, which I think rivals the most difficult mission requirement on the list. Thankfully, you only have to achieve 5 out of the 6, as this one is pretty insane still, in my opinion. I would be impressed if anyone can get 10 kills in a row with the Dud Club. So if you have a video of that, or if you have some strat that I don't know about, feel free to link it down in the comments below, and I will pin it at the top. But that's basically a quick run through, guys, on what I did to unlock Looming War. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Again, a lot of this is very much grindy aspects of just unlocking these dog tags. As much as I want to give you guys some really deep, big insight to save you much time, again, you really just need to get on the battlefield and grind them out. But that's it for you guys today. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. My name's Livin, and I will catch you guys again later. Peace.